Welcome back to the third and final segment of the Loveland and Port Loan Ranger Show. We've been talking about inventory numbers, which are great. So you need to buy now before prices start going up faster. How to cancel a deal. Do you need to cancel a deal? What's going on with that? We're going to talk about real estate planning this time, Bruce, but I want to talk about new construction. You've got a bunch going on with new construction with Trinity Homes and Hartizen.
Absolutely. So Trinity Homes, family-owned business right here in Central Florida. They only build in Central Florida. So you're not down in my Tampa market or my Jacksonville market, but like St. Cloud, Eustis, Claremont, Groveland. But this builder has an attention to detail that their competitors just don't have. Now, they've got communities all over. I'll connect you with one of their communities, but I had a situation just recently, actually two of them, where a client called me and went to another builder. That builder was offering them closing costs, but I was not on their little approved list. I said, before you go under contract with them, go see Trinity. They went and both bought Trinity and they got a cheaper price for the bigger house and they got more closing costs. So Trinity Family Builders, I can get you the closing costs paid. I can get you rate buy downs. I can get you a blend of both of them. Same thing with Hartizen, another local builder. Love this builder. They've got affordable housing in Popka, or actually like it's more like Mount Dora area.
Well, we got Mount Dora. They got homes starting in the 400s. You've got Eden Crest with our friend Kim is there and Janet. Townhomes and single family homes in that development. I love that area because it's still in the metro area.
Yes.
It's right off the 429. It's still in, within 15, you're within 20 minutes of most of Orlando there.
Well, 429 will get you anywhere now.
Instead of having to drive out to the country. Great location. Single family homes start in the high fours. Townhomes start high threes. And just a great planned community there. We got our friend Jessica's over at Ocoee, right off the Ocoee. Jerry's up in Eustis with their single family homes there. And they're paying closing costs too, and you're one of their approved vendors.
Absolutely. Yeah, great builder. I highly recommend them if you're a real estate agent. Why are you just showing the Lennars and the DR Hortons? There's other options out there that may be better.
You go in to buy, I will guarantee the sale on your home if you go into that builder.
You'll remove that as a contingency.
I'll remove that as a contingency and get you on the market, help you plan the sale. Because if you're going to build something from scratch, a little different. You don't need to go on the market till your house is at about frame.
Yes.
Drywall, maybe.
Yeah. And if we can eliminate that as a contingency.
Well, you couldn't twice, but there's some advantages, disadvantages to that. So
or we can do a bridge loan if we can get you the money up front. There's all kinds of options that we have. On my bridge loan, if you don't sell your current home within 120 days of closing on the new one, we'll physically buy it from you. We'll pay you for it. So it eliminates that as a contingency. It's an unbelievable program to help people get from one property to another. And you and I both know, even mostly with downsizing, but we're seeing a lot of folks, they're like, I have this house. I'm really nervous about putting it on the market before I have the new one. And then I don't want to close on the new one. If I don't have a buyer for the old one, we can settle that out. You and I manage those situations all the time. And it's common, particularly with people that are wanting to downsize. And a lot of these folks may be sitting on a pile of cash that they want to downsize, or their home is free and clear and they don't really need a mortgage going forward. Yep. Are there ways to navigate that? Yes, there are. You have to call the professionals, and that's why Cleve and I are in business.
All right. And what about, I just had a lady getting ready to downsize out of the big home. Husband passed away, and she's going to have almost enough to buy. Like, she wants to buy in the high twos, 300,000 range. And she's got about 200,000 cash, but I talked to her about a reverse mortgage. That's not like a candidate, right?
Might
have a lot of assets. Yeah.
Maybe a very good candidate for that.
You wouldn't have a mortgage payment.
No more
just taxes and insurance.
Yeah, there's taxes and insurance. And you may, if depending on her age and depending on what equity she has in it, we set them up with a line of credit so they can actually have money that they can use, and they can just keep, and that line of credit goes up as time goes on. So we do reverse mortgages. We do forward mortgages. We do VA, FHA. We do construction loans, rehab loans, home equity line of credit. We do first-time home buyer. By the way, Hometown Heroes is about out of money now. They're about done. So we've got all kinds of programs that we help clients with to navigate this market. And we will give you the education you need so that you're informed when you're out there working with somebody to go buy that house. You got Cleve's team. I bet you I got a half a dozen transactions with you and your team going on right now that we're helping people on. And what's great is some of them I referred to Cleve and some of them Cleve referred to me. So it's just been a great symbiotic relationship, and your buyer's agents are just killing it right now. So love the communication that they're giving my clients.
Team's got it. And there's no questions. You wouldn't believe the stuff I'm going through. I just had another transaction. And in fact, if the buyer doesn't close, I'm not extending with this buyer, even though the buyer wants this house no matter what. I would only extend if they change over to you. This lender is so horrible and won't pick up a phone, won't call. Like, we need just some questions answered from the HOA. And she just keeps saying, well, I just keep email. I said, well, how about calling, getting a supervisor on the phone and just keep calling. If you can't get that supervisor, ask for that person's supervisor.
Right.
And just keep rattling cages. And
you shouldn't have to do.
She said, that's very aggressive. And I said, yes, it's aggressive, but we got a house here we're trying to close. So, and we shouldn't have to do it.
You know, here's my answer to that. If my clients had to go that far because they weren't getting a call from me or my team, you should fire that person. My God, if that happened on my team, my cowboy hat would set on fire. It would just not be a good situation. And it's because you and I believe that return phone calls and answering questions and educating our client are important. These people that think that AI and robots are going to take over the business. I was in a seminar the other day, and I listened to this realtor sit beside me saying that AI is going to take over everything. And I'm like, ma'am, do you realize that if AI is the realtor and the lender, then who's got a job that can now afford to buy a house? Sooner or later, somebody's got to pay for something.
Yeah.
And if there's no jobs because AI is controlling the world, then where's the money going to come from? You can have AI being a realtor, but if buyers don't have any money because AI put everybody out of business, the world's not going to work that way.
It's more efficient. AI has made my office more efficient. A lot more.
That's what you should use it for. By the way, if you're self-employed and you are seeking ways to reduce your tax consequences, I am going to invite you to an event that I'm doing Wednesday, the 25th. It's Zoom. It starts at 6:00 sharp, but I'm going to show you with the experts how self-employed people are leaving so much money on the table that your CPA is not bringing to the table. I guarantee you they're not bringing it to the table. And these are not so far out there that you're going to get audited. I'm doing it. I've got other of my clients that are using these services. You will learn something from it. If you're self-employed, you don't want to miss that. Wednesday, the 25th, 6 p.m., go to webringyouhome.com.
All right, Bruce, I want to talk to you about a couple of things. I want to talk about some problems I solved this week.
Let's hear about it.
3 listings that had not sold. The sellers called me. I could see there was like not great marketing, not great staging.
So these weren't your listings.
One of my listeners, these sellers called me. They're actually DBO listeners and called me. And then but what they had in their contracts, they had cancellation fees. 2 of them, I told them to raise Cain because they hadn't talked to their realtors in months, and said, call the broker. And they actually got released from the contract.
Did they?
They did. And then another one, I'm paying the cancellation because I know I can sell this house in a month. So be careful when you sign a contract, whether it's buyer broker's agreement or listing agreement, make sure it's $0. Zero. I've never had somebody fire me for being an idiot. I've had people change circumstances.
Interesting, because I don't charge an application fee.
Yeah.
So you could ditch me at the day of closing if you wanted to. You could literally do that, and you don't owe me a dime. No, it doesn't happen. But the reason we do that is I don't want you to use my services because I'm forcing you to use my services. And that's what's happening when you do that.
And I want to mention, I had those people, 3 people had marketing fees that they were trying to be charged just to fire their old realtor. I took care of those problems. I had 2 other listings call me, didn't know why they hadn't sold. And when I examined their listing contracts, they had no money for the other agents in the contract. They thought they got a great bargain listing the house for half commission, what they thought was half commission, but there was no co-broke. And these were also starter median price.
No wonder, and no one's knowing.
So no agents are going to show it because the buyers don't have the money to pay their own buyer agent out of pocket. So, and then also I had a gentleman with a BBA that had a cancellation fee in it. And I told him, I said, you need to just call the broker. He said the guy was never available to show him homes. He tried for 5 weeks to try and get this guy to show him homes. He had all the text messages showing the guy had canceled. I said, you need to go talk to that broker and cancel that. So be careful on that. Or just call me, 407-352-8118.
Save the aggravation.
I guarantee you, I don't have any cancellation fees. I've never charged anybody that. Even on my property management, Bruce, just give me notice. You don't believe I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I've never had anybody do that. I've had people decide to change circumstances, not sell, manage a property themselves, wherever it might be. But most people get their money out of what
You know, I don't understand because, a lot of our listeners are very loyal and they come to us and they rely on us and I'm honored that they do. And we will never breach that trust. But I wonder why so many call us after the fact and then we have to fix that problem because that's not an uncommon occurrence for you and I. They're like, oh, I listen to you on the radio all the time. I've heard you for 25 years and, I really need you to help me, but I went and did this and it's not working out. I mean, that is a daily conversation that I have with people. And to me, it's like, well, was there something that I didn't do to cause you to think that there was a better option somewhere else? Like, what was it?
Everybody's money is about the same.
It's all the same. It's all the same. And at the end of the day, I'm going to guarantee you right now, if it sounds too good to be true, you know what the old saying is. So just call the loan arranger, call Cleve Loveland. Cleve Loveland can be reached. Matter of fact, right now I see his cell phone sitting out here. He has a tough time putting that thing down. He's like, it's like my kid. Okay.
Well, I can't wait till I put a chip in my forehead and just click my ear to answer.
Well, they're going to have that. So it's not going to be that long. Cleve Loveland, 407-352-8118 or cleveloveland.com. Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger, Cross Country Mortgage. You can reach me now at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. Yeah, that phone goes everywhere. And I believe that people need to have communication and get return phone calls promptly. However, that doesn't mean that you are in a position to answer the phone call. Like my phone's ring 3 or 4 times just since this segment, right? So I can't take that call, but you will get a call back from me promptly and you deserve that. So why go anywhere else for your financing?
All right. No, it's been I really enjoy doing this, Bruce, and giving people all the news. I think right now we've got nothing but good news.
I think it's really great news.
And there's the negative Nancy's talking about how, wait a minute, I'll wait until rates go down to 4% again. It's not going to happen, folks.
No.
And if you wait for that, prices will probably
according to all the indicators, Cleve, that I'm seeing, all the economists now, Fannie Mae, Zillow, they think, matter of fact, some of them think rates are going to pop up back to 6.18. Okay. A lot of the indicators are thinking they're going to go up. So all you folks that are sitting on the fence and don't be greedy. You know what they say, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. So don't be greedy to where, well, you're only saving me $189 a month. Well, what if it goes back up and you missed out on that and you didn't save the $189 a month for the next 5 years?
So there's buyers that bought 2.5, 3 years ago they got 7.75 rates. They're probably they're perched to refinance.
They are definitely right.
They're telling me, they bought for 420. The neighbors are selling for 440.
Yeah.
No problem. And our house is nicer. We put a bunch of money. But they used to be renters. So they are 5 times ahead with their cash net worth from where they were when they were renters.
Big time. There is no such thing as a rich renter. You're going to make money in real estate. Even in a flat market, you're going to have savings. It's so much better to be an owner than be a renter. 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. or Cleve Loveland at 407-352-8118. We're grateful that you guys would spend your weekend listening to us. We hope we're bringing great value to our community because that's our intention, because the radio station is not paying me for this.
Unfortunately, I keep fighting them. I got to fire my agent.
Yeah. Well, the fact of the matter is you and I have been able to connect with wonderful people that trust us. They count on us. We won't let you down. We're not smooth talking, fast talking guys that are going to trick you into doing something. No one on my team is. You don't charge for a, what is your ibuprofen cancellation fee? I don't charge application fees. We're here to help you. Cleve Loveland, 407-352-8118 or Bruce Woodburn, the loan arranger at 407-250-9144 or webringyouhome.com. God bless. Have a great weekend.